Hi, in today's video, I'm going to talk about whether to take the PMP exam at home or in a testing center. But first, we are going to talk about the exam process, how it works. Then we are going to see the pros and cons of taking the exam at home. And then we are going to talk about taking the exam in a testing center. So let's get started with the first part.
Project Management Institute partners with PersonView, which is an authorized test center, and in turn, PersonView partners with a lot of test centers around the world, and PMP candidates can just select the test center in the city where they are going to take the exam. All you have to do is go to this website. I will put the link below. Go to find a test center, click on this and check the city where you are living, and you will see few test centers here, and you can select each one of these. You can also show kilometers instead of miles and click on the test center to get more information. The second option provided by PersonView is the online or remote option, and PersonView provides a software called OnView, and using that software you can do your PMP exam online. All you have to do is just go to this link. I will put it on the description box, and you can check first the conditions for taking the exam online, watch this video, and see the technical requirements and other like policies and procedures, etc. Once you read all of this, you can go to run system test. Copy your access code. You will need that at the time when you are going to take the exam. And then you click on download and run it on your computer in which you are going to take the exam. That's all in terms of exam process.
Moving now to the second part about taking the exam at home. Actually, this option is obvious in terms of benefits. You are in your own office or room, so you are very comfortable with your environment already, and you are going to use your laptop or PC. So you are familiar with your environment, and that's a very good advantage. In addition to no need for traveling, so you don't need to take any other means of transport to go to a test center and take the exam. So this is the main two benefits of taking the exam at home. However, there is a lot of constraints. Actually, at the time you start to take the exam, you will have to go through a check process with the proctor, during which the proctor will verify your room. You have to show them your room, and you have to show them your ID. And there is a process that could take from 10 to 30 minutes. When you finish all this, you start the exam. So when you start the exam, the proctor will watch you all the time and will tell you if there is something wrong. So, for example, if you are reading the question loudly, they can send you an alert saying that you don't have to do that. If you are, for example, looking to other directions, they will also tell you to look only to your screen. If, for example, your face is out of the camera, the proctor will tell you to come back to the camera screen. So all these constraints are kind of stressful because every time you get a notification from the proctor, it's stressful. And you have to communicate with them during your exam, which takes some time from your focus and from your attention to the exam itself. So this is the first part about constraints. In addition to that, there is the stress of the technical issues that you might face. Some candidates faced internet problem, others faced power problem, others are facing firewall problems or softwares running on background, stuff like that. So all these technical problems could happen. So if you are living in a city where the power could cut at any time or the internet is not stable, I do not advise you to take the exam at home. This is very risky. If the internet cuts for a minute or a few minutes, then it comes back. That's fine. You can come back to the point where the exam stopped. If it takes longer, the proctor may decide to discontinue your exam. So be careful of this point. Moving now to the third part about taking the exam in a testing center. Actually, the disadvantage of this option is obvious. You need to travel, and during that traveling, there is a few risks. If you are opting for this option, try to locate or visit the test center beforehand so you know exactly where it is and learn about that test center beforehand. Be careful if you are late for a long time, they may not accept you to sit for the exam. If you are late for a few minutes, maybe the test center will accept you to enter and take the exam. But if you are late for more, then they may not accept you. So be careful of this. The pros of this option is that you are in an environment of exam. So it's a quiet place. You don't worry about the technical problems. You don't worry about the constraints. There is someone supervising you behind you. You don't see them, most likely. Um, you are focusing 100% on the exam. So overall, this option is stress-free because you don't worry about all this stuff. And that's really a good thing. To sum up, I could say that if you are living in a place where the test center is not away from you, this option is very convenient. I would recommend that you go for this option if you are living next to a test center. But if you are living far away from a test center and you have a good environment at home, then you can take the exam at home. That's it. I hope this helps you in your preparation. If you are well prepared, you don't worry because your level of confidence already high. And if an issue happens, you should control your stress because you might resolve it sooner and continue your exam with no problems. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to get the latest updates and news about the PMP exam